dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already on my table, we are ready for a new DIY inspiration. Of course, we are going to use our tumbling tile blocks. And of course, I always say, have a package of 4 until 5 in your home. You always have more than enough for every DIY. So, and again, we have my container with everything inside. You see already scissors, brushes, markers, some twine, of course, my Mod Podge and my wood glue. You can use some hot glue, but it's always a little bit tricky that it falls apart. So, but if you don't have anything else than a hot glue, you can use it. Of course, we use a roll of duct tape and we only need a little piece of it. Some paint at your choice and some saucer with a piece of old kitchen towel to wipe away the glue we don't need. What we're going to make, we're going to make a farmhouse organizer, but of course with a twist. We will see how this will turn out. And we are going to start with the back side of the organizer. We are going to get 13 blocks. So we have already 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So in the Netherlands we call it 13. So you call it 13 and we call it 13. So it's much different than you call it. At least when you speak English. Not everyone has the same language, of course. But this is already number 1. And place again the second block. Always, I'm sorry. Yeah, you always see me here. And then we say a kick force in the keel. But I don't know what it is. Always when my camera is running, I have something different than normally. But okay, we're going further. Number 10 of 11 and number 12 and number 13 is of course the closure up. Be careful if you squeeze it that it doesn't pop from the inside, because I have that already so many times. So don't worry about it. So make just a straight line like this. And I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need. Go over it and again, make the straight line. And this is already a number 1. I'm going to do a second one together with you and then we're going to do it a little faster. Of course, we already have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If everything is correctly, you have 13 blocks. And again, we're going to glue them together. This is already 1. And of course, this one you can use as an organizer. You can use it as a planter. And of course, the shape is a little different than normally. And I am really hoping that it will turn out the way I have it in my head. But we will see. And it is a great piece you can use indoor and outdoor, of course. And again, number 13 is the closure up again. Squeeze it. Maybe if you start in the middle and you squeeze already in the middle, then it doesn't pop out too easy. So I'm going to go over it. And you see already, he still pops out. And we're going to give this also all of them a couple of minutes rest, but we don't need 1 of 13, not 2, but we need 5 of 13. So 5 rows of 13 blocks. So you see already, I have the 2 pieces already over here, and this is number 3, 4, and 5 of 13. But of course, like I told you, I'm going to do this one a little faster. Don't worry, don't skip forward. I will do this faster. You see already here, I have my 5 pieces. I placed 1 down and I'm going to place 4 of them straight up. And of course, because we are doing it within a couple of minutes until a quarter, you can easily redo your blocks and you don't get too much gaps. So, but if you wait a little too long, then of course the glue is sticking more and more and it's more difficult to glue them together. And now you see already, I have here some open gaps, but if you close it, it works a little bit better. And now number 4, and again squeeze it, and number 5. And now we're going to work with it and make sure that we squeeze it as much as we can, so a lot of the gaps in between are going away. But be careful, don't do it too much, because or else also here it will explode out the blocks out of each other. That's not what we want. Of course, we're going to squeeze on every side and make sure that we have it in a nice way, because we don't want pieces sticking out too much. So now we already have this blank, and we are going to give this at least an hour drying. And of course we are going to let this dry. Also did look for the round when he is exactly fitting inside of my piece. And this is the place, the plate which is fitting inside of here. The only thing I have to be careful, because he is not, if I do the blocks on the side as a measurement, you will see them going to go out of my piece of wood, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to do then 2 blocks less, but I'm going to use this as a measurement for the round I need. Of course, I place this aside because this needs to dry. I'm going to get my plate, and I'm just going to go easy and look how many blocks I need to go around, and with our tape later. So we're just going to make a nice round around it. I will do it a little faster. And you see already I did the round around it, and I left 2 pieces out because I want to have mine a little bit more inside of my frame. So be careful if you are going to, because you build it outside of the rounding you use. So make sure that you also then do a couple of blocks less, because you want to that it is fitting inside of your frame. Of course, if you do it with tape, you easily can take 1 block off. So I'm going to go for this one. So I'm going to count them, how many I need, and then we're going to lay them in 1 row. And you see already, this is a big row. I already put my placement aside because this is much too big. It is 37 blocks. So I need 37 blocks to make this row. And of course we're going to get my tape. I did 1 line, and you see already the tape is a little bit wider than my block is. You see almost here. So I think I'm going to go to place my tape, but I do in half. So, but of course you can use the whole piece. Maybe you have a smaller one, that's even better. So it takes a little bit of time for me to place the tape on. You see that in a little moment, but I'm not going to bore you with finding this line and the tape. So don't worry, I will place the tape and then you will see it. So I did cut mine in half, and of course now we're going to get 1 piece and we're going to place it over the blocks. He is a little bit too long, but that is not a problem. So I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to very easily lightly go over it so everything can stick to it, and this way. And if you think the blocks are not totally even, just go work with it, because you still can redo it. I have here the other piece, and I'm going to do the same on the other side, but I'm going to do a little overlay, so I'm staying out of the ending of the line. Again over here, this way, and I'm going to place it down. And you see already I need to give this one a little bit more space, because he doesn't like this. I have it too close. This way, so. And this is already our line, and now we only need to cut the pieces, but of course you also can use it to place them against each other, so you can get already a nice round. So you see I have a little piece of overlay, but if you want to do it really careful and you want to that it sticks very nice, lay it a little moment with the heater so the glue is going on top of your blocks. So, but of course if you go over it with warm hands, it's also fine too. So I'm going to place it aside, and I'm going to place this one also together. So I go this way. I think I'm going to cut off this side. At least I hope I can. And I'm going to take a little piece extra of my tape to make sure that it really stays in place. I'm going to do it this way. So I'm glue a little bit on the back side, place it down, and we're going to lay this one very carefully next to each other and press it down. So we are sure we have a nice round so we can glue it easily. So you see already, now we have everything closed. And we can make the shape we like. We can do it this way. You can make a planter out of it. If you want to have a plant container, or maybe a planter. I think it's just planter. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. At least, but I'm going to go for a round. Oh, my English. You see already, I have here my wooden piece and we are going to place it on top. And now we're going to look for a nice round that is fitting over here. Of course, we have to make sure that we have a nice shape. And you can also go, if you want to go in a kind of a square, you can also do that. But of course, we're going to try to make a round. But we have to see if I still don't have too much blocks. So, but we're going to look for if we get a nice round or not. I think he turns into a round already. And then we're going to do some glue, of course, on our blocks. And then we're going to glue it on top of here. And of course, like a lot of you already know, if I would glue now the glue on top of here and I'm going to place it up, you know already I am having the shape is gone. You see this? So how do we get that it even gets nice on top of here? So we get the piece we used as a round. I'm going to place it over here. I'm going to do, and I'm just going to make a light line, not too much, but a light line. So I have a little bit of a direction where I need to glue my piece. So you see, I hope you can see it. I placed you a little bit close. Oh, it's very hard to see if I correctly. I hope you see pieces. And now I'm going to glue my glue on top of my wood. What you also can do, if you think now I can almost have the frame, you also can do is just do some glue on the lining. That's also fine too. Maybe I'm going to do that. This is just an experiment. I really don't know if I am doing it right or wrong. Maybe I am really sorry that I did this. So we will see if I am correctly or not, or maybe I wouldn't should have done it. But let me try it so you don't have to try it anymore. You can do the right way immediately. So I'm going to go this way, and now we're going to find our way on top of here. And I'm going to try to get it in the shape that we need. So now we're going to try to make our round. Of course, we need some glue from this side and from this side. And the glue is very easy to get away because we are going to get our brush and we're going to wipe this away. So don't worry about the glue, just worry about the shape. That's a better way. And of course, now we're going, it takes some time, but make your time for making a nice round. And then we're going to get some squeezing on top of here, and then we can let it dry. And you see I have my shape. I'm going to get my piece of old towel which is wet. I'm going to go around my brush and go easily inside, wipe away the glue, the same like we do on the outside, and we just do the most of the glue. We just go over it and wipe it away so you don't have problems later with painting it. And of course, if you are going to stain it, then you have to sand it first, because or else you get this kind of spots here, and that's not what you want. So very easy, go over it and wipe away the glue. And then later, again, give it a little bit of extra pressure to make sure that everything sticks very nicely to the bottom. And I'm going to find, if I find a piece of a cutting board or maybe something else, and I'm going to place it, and I do some paint cans on top because I want to be sure that the whole round is really settling down on the glue. So you see, I want to show you that you also know how it is done. I have here my cutting board and I'm going to place it down over here, and I'm going to get my paint cans and I'm going to place them on top. So I am sure that everything presses nicely together. You see already on the top the glue is coming out. So I'm going to go again with my brush and my brush and my towel. I'm going to go around it and move away the glue. So I'm going to give this an hour. In the meantime, while here our piece is drying, we are going to do a little bit for the front side. We are going to get 13 blocks, and I counted in Dutch. Maybe you like that also. You can hear something different that I always do it in English. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we need 13 pieces, and we do it again, of course, also 13 pieces, because we need 2 rows for the front side. And again, so it's easy to see if we have enough. Yes, we have the pieces we need, and we're going to glue them the same way like we did with the other one. So just place them immediately against each other, so the glue is not running down too much, at least. And I do one together with you, don't worry, and I do the second one a little faster, of course. Oh, you see already, I'm almost gluing the front side instead of the sides. And the last one. And of course, we're going to be careful to squeeze everything. And we're going to make a nice straight line. And we're going to press it. And we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need. And again, we do it. And of course, if you have a metal hook or metal square you have over here, it's also fine if you like that to use also. So I'm going to do this one a little faster. So in the meantime, while our 2 pieces of 13 are drying, we are going to get 4 blocks. But we do this on the top some glue, so a little over here on the ending, we do it over here, place it together, we do again number 3, and number 4 is the closure up, squeeze it and feel with your fingers that you have a straight line again, and we're going to wipe away the glue. And you see already this one's a little bit off line, we place it aside, we're going to get 1 of 4 again, because we need 2 of 4. Of course, he's already stuck on my fingers. A little glue over here. And again on the tops over here. And number 3. And this is the last, and 4 is closure up and squeeze them. And make sure that everything, again, I can't say it enough because later it's not easy to redo it again if it is dried too much. Place it aside. Wipe away the glue, and now we're going to do 2 pieces of 2, and for 1 piece of 2 later we're going to cut off a little piece. So again, this is already number 1, and we do number 2 also over here. We're going to wipe away, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So now our pieces of 2 are drying. We are going to get the pieces of 13. We are going to place it aside. We're going to do some glue on the side over here, and we're going to place them together because now we can still fill up the open gaps we have, so we don't wait too long. And make sure that you have a nice straight line on the underside because we still need to glue it. And of course it's a little difficult. You see already he is having a hard time to get close. What we can do, of course, we have to be careful, and even when it does fall apart, don't worry, you still can redo it. I'm going to do a little extra glue And that's why I also show you the things which are going wrong, because you're not the only one who is struggling sometimes. I always see some DIYs and I think they are going perfect. I am so stupid that I can do I can do it. But of course, with all DIYs, everything goes wrong. So I also show you the things go wrong. So don't worry about it. Just do it your way and it will be fine at the end. This way, and now it's fitting much better. So also turn around the block sometimes and then it also works. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So we give this one a couple of minutes. We're going to get one of two. We do some glue over here and we're going to place this on the ending and just squeeze it and make sure that everything is fitting nicely. We are going to get one of four. We do some glue over here. We're going to place it over here again. Make sure that everything, also with your fingers, feel on the other side before you're going to give it some pressure. And again, now this is still fitting nicely. We're going to do the other one of four. And I see already the mistake I made, because I told you make two of two, but I see already you don't need two. And of course squeeze, but I thought I could use one, but it's not I think you need 1.5, but of course I show you in a moment what we are going to take off. I have to be sure that this is sticking nicely. I was thinking, I thought I need less than one, but I don't. You did it fine. You need 2 of 4 and 1 and 2 pieces of 2, because it is a little bit more than 1. I thought it would be less, but of course you see already, we're going to place it aside over here, and then we're going to get a mark so it gets fitting inside of here. So I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to cut off a little piece. And here you see already I did cut off a little piece and I turned it around, so he did fall apart. So maybe the best thing what you can do is just leave one block, take a loose block, and of course measure out what you need and then glue it together. And because then you can do the sock side, you can do on the inside. It always looks a little better. I'm going to do some glue on the underside. Oh, you see already over here. And on the tops over here to get it fitting. And now I really hope it fits. And of course the glue we can easily wipe away. Don't worry about it. Oh, and now we hope that everything will fit nicely in each other, and it does. So and now we're going to give it some pressure and we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need over here. This kind of pieces of sewing we are going to work away with our paint, so don't worry about it. So, and again we get our brush and we wipe away the glue we don't need over here. So we're going to let this dry also. Now it looks like this, and this will be the front side. And here you see how our piece turned out. Of course it looks now I don't know how it looks like, but of course we're going to place this down and we're going to glue this one on the underside so he can stand on his own. But you see already I am debating how can I glue this, because we have to see where I didn't need to start. So I'm going to place it aside, make sure that I have everything in between, and then you can see where I need to glue. I'm going to get my marker. I'm going to make a line over here and a line over here, so I am certain that I don't glue too much. I hope you can see I just did a mark over here. So place it down. We're going to do some glue. I have to look where he is over here, and I'm going to go over it until the line over here. So, and I'm going to place this on top, and of course before I'm going to do it I'm going to place it on the side make sure that I have it. Of course, it's a little bit difficult to show you, so I'm going to do it this way so it can stand on its own, and then I'm going to place this one in front and make sure that I keep it in place for a little moment. But first I have to turn it around because or else I can't see it what I'm doing. So that's always better that I see what I'm doing. It's already one big chaos, and if I don't see what I'm doing, it's even more chaos. So I'm going to get it up, place it down, and again I get the paint can on top on this side, and I'm going to do on the other side also one. So now we have already the front on top of here, but I don't like the ending over here, so I'm going to make a little kind of an a top over here with 5 blocks. But I'm going to glue first 4 because or else the other one will break because he needs to cut off a little piece. So first I'm going to do 4 pieces on top of each other on the tops. This is already number 3, and number 4 is the close job, and the other one we glue later. So we are going to squeeze it, make a straight line, and of course if you are looking we can measure it out. And if we measure out, you see already we need totally 1 block of here. So what we're going to do, we're going to get 1 block on top of this one. Very easy. Over here, make sure that it is fitting. Press it and make a line. And now you already know this piece needs to come off. So I'm going to my garage, I'm going to cut it off, and then we're going to glue this little piece also at the ending. So I have my small piece and I'm going to do some glue on it, and now I'm going to glue this of course at the ending over here. Make sure that you have a nice straight line, and we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need, and of course also on the sides, and redo it, press it again, and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So we are going to go now, we're going to do some glue on the top side of our organizer, because you can do anything inside. You can place them in your kitchen and do some kitchen pieces inside, maybe some spoons, some wooden spoons. You can do some rolling pin or something else inside. You can use as a planter, but I always love to decorate with pieces inside. You can do some animals inside. You can do anything you like, and you use it for all season, because we are not for nothing and all about Christmas channel. So you can do some Christmas branches inside and some berries and maybe some little snowman. So you can place anything inside what you like. So, and now we're going to place this against here, give it some pressure, and we're going to let this dry also. And now we have a little bit like a high-end look finish on top. So we give this a couple of minutes and then we're going to paint it. Yes, I told you we are going to paint, and we are going to paint, but I was thinking maybe it is nice to do with some skewers, some a little cross inside, and later I do something also on the top. But of course we are going to place one of them. I did cut off the top, so the point I did cut off, and I'm going to place them in each corner, one over here, and this one will be over here. So place it in. Of course we can, maybe it's better this way. Maybe it's fitting better. You never know. Yes, it does fit. It does fit better. So we are going to do some glue, some wood glue on the ending of our skewer and over here, and we do it on this side, a little bit around, and later we can work it away with our, and we do it in the corner, and in this corner we're just going to lay it down, and we do here the same on the ending, and we do it over here on the ending, and we're going to place it in the corner, and we're going to squeeze this one in, and we're going to keep it in place for a little moment until it is dry. Of course you can also place something heavy on top of here and it dries faster. So the skewers are dried in, and of course I'm going to get my paint, and I'm going to use the creamy color. He looks more creamy than he is really. He's really just like off-white, but I am really loving the color, so I'm going to start with the inside because we need to work away the tape because you still can see the gray of the tape and we don't like it. So I'm going to start with the inside of the of our box, of our organizer, how you call it. So I'm going to do the inside, but I won't bore you with that. I do it a little faster. So in the meantime, well, our, I call it a watermill because the rounding looks a lot like we have here in the Netherlands, a watermill, because it looks even the same. What I'm going to try to do, I'm going to do the word farm on top of my piece. And I have found some wooden letters and I have here already the word farm. And you see already these are such a nice letters, and they were only I think €1.19. It's similar like dollars. So, and you have the whole alphabet but and extra letters. So this was really a bargain. I don't know how they do it for this price, but you get a lot of pieces and I always buy them. If I find something great, I buy them in really big pieces. So I have a lot and I have some extra even for later. So, but I am really loving this kind of letters. So I'm going to paint this one also. I'm still debating if I do it in the same color or maybe in different, but I think I do it in the same color. But you can choose any word, any, you don't even have to do them on top. This is just an idea I have. So now we have, of course, our letters, and I'm going to look for where I want to place them. Over here, I have to make sure if I want them on this, I have to go a little bit more down so the letters can come on my mat. And of course I'm going to do them on the more on the back side than on the front side. And of course you can also place them in the middle, place your piece straight up and do whatever you think is right. So I'm going to do the letters over here and you see in a moment a quick impression. And you see a quick impression of my Tumbling tile blocks farm organizer, and of course you can change it up any way you like. This is just an inspiration, and of course I hope you took out your Tumbling tile blocks too and did this DIY together with me. And you have right now your own cute farm organizer. For everyone who is new here, of course, I hope you enjoy what you saw. If you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. And for everyone who is here and only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching again. And for everyone, have an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!